do believe we're live. Welcome again to another training day. We're up to training day number 3. I'm learning various tracks in Arena Commander and other tracks made by the community for any upcoming events. My name is Wayne DC and I'm part of the Southern Cross Alliance. Dig Brothers is my main organisation, and my brother Blortorg hopefully will be joining us soon. Don't bother leaving any comments in the chat because I just don't look there. But if you do want to have a chat with me while I am doing some laps, you can join me on the Atmo Esports Discord. So find your way there. I'll be in the tournament lounge, just in the voice channels. Pop in and say hello. Other than that, I'm just going to set myself up. You'll be seeing the stream starting soon zombie picture. Not only do I like Star Citizen, I like zombie games. Blortorg, Stuart, my brother, and I do like zombie games. So if we're not playing spaceships, we'll be zombie. Oh no, you won't be seeing the zombie stream. Well, just for the sake of it, let's put it up. I didn't set him up. You could see my Star Citizen Arena Commander screen. There we go. There's zombie picture number 1. Do we have another one? I like this one. The next one. There I am, me as a zombie in a town called Manfall Down. In Twitch, I am known as Manfall Down. In YouTube, I'm known as Wayne DC 549. But anyway, yes, my nickname for many years was Manfall Down. And that came about because I was playing a game called Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon 20 years ago. And my young son would sit beside me and watch me play, and because I'm hopeless, I would fall down many times. Well, basically get shot, but he didn't know that. And he just kept saying, man fall down, over and over and over. So I became known as Man Fall Down. Here's a story for you. I've had many nicknames over the years. That's just one of a lot. Some people call me Gross, some people call me Puss, some people call me Gross Puss. And I've ended up with Wayne DC at the moment. Some people thought that the DC meant that I like DC Comics. Now, they think about it too hard. DC are just my middle name and surname initials. So anyway, alright, let's get on to doing some laps. So we'll cut to me sitting at my desk. Let's adjust the camera a little bit. Oh, while we're here actually, I'll show you the 2 girls in my life, other than my wife Michelle. But I have a couple of girls in my life. There's one of them. That's the Pearly girl. 43 degrees Celsius here in Melbourne, Australia. And this poor bugger's looking a little bit hot. She's an Akbash Kangal. Beautiful, white, loyal, lovable doggy, this one. And there we have Kimber. There's Kimber. Hello, Kimber. She's a Karabash Kangal. Hey, big doggies. Beautiful girls. I love my doggies. They were our team mascots for the SCA Top Hanger Experimental Team 1 and Team 2. They were our mascots for the Daymar Rally. Hey, I love my girls. And my wifey Michelle, I adore her to death. She's inside the house hiding in air conditioning. I love air conditioning too. When you live here in these hot places of the world, I hear that some of my friends, Cloud, wherever you may be, had to pull out of the Daymar Rally because they were getting an ice storm. I know nothing about ice storms. I've heard of hailstorms and snowstorms and windstorms and rainstorms, but I know nothing about an ice storm. So Cloud, if you're out there, I hope everyone's well. We missed you at the Daymar Rally, my man. We completed it. Wish that you were there next year. Hopefully we'll get a placing. Now, where are we? Snake Pit. Ready to race, ready to race. Let's launch and we'll do some laps. I did press launch. I did. Sure I did. My big fluffy girls. These two are just so loyal. Every time I come out here to play Star Citizen, they come too. They just sit with me. Couldn't be without them. They're around about 5 years old, going on to 6.
Your adventure, courtesy of Kruger Intergalactic.
Alright.
Systems
Down
active.
here, I'm being poured. You're pouring at me. I'm not giving you the attention that you think you deserve. Ooh-ah. I have just finished an oh so wonderful drink of a word I can't even pronounce. San Pellegrino. Absolutely lovely drink. I don't have it all that often. I am a bit of a fan of just mineral water, actually. Soda water or mineral water. But today I felt like something different. And I got a tin of, I got a 6-pack of that. And being a hot day today, I spent the morning in the garden, watering the grass and the trees. I did the front yard yesterday, spent a good 2 hours in the front yard just watering plants because it was hot yesterday too. And then today was the backyard. So I think we had close to 35 or 36 in Melbourne yesterday. Today we're getting 43. The sun is blazing. And I am so glad I live in an era where we have air conditioning. What are we doing? 82 meters per second. Alright, we're only going slow. That's fine. Waiting for 2 players. I wish that wasn't stuck in the middle of the screen, right where I need to be looking. Surely it could be out somewhere else while we're waiting and you're doing laps. CIG, if you are listening, that would be a nice thing to have. Not sitting there in the middle of the screen while you're waiting for someone to come online. I'm actually waiting for Stuart. But why does it have to be right there? Move it to the side, please. Now, 4.6 is coming on soon. Getting messages from people. Put all your ships back to your home base. Remove your guns and all the things. Oh, we've just upped the speed a little bit. Take out all your guns and all those extra goodies that you had on board. Don't leave anything in limbo. Don't leave things unknown or destroyed or whatever other various states of existence or non-existence. Because if you've bought them in-game, not with cash, but with in-game Alpha UEC, if you don't properly store things away and take them out of ships and all that sort of stuff, I think people are saying that there is a chance that you could lose them. Oh, look at him. Yes, they are very happy, my boy. That's Hamish in the background. He's out here in the garage with me. We're set up in the garage, surrounded by Warhammer models, computers, dogs. And the good lady Michelle is set up in the lounge room in the house. That's her throne room, I call it. She's got a ginormous great telly in there with a nice comfy lounge chair, surrounded by phones and tablets and Kindles and all sorts of social media gadgetry things. She loves her social media. She's got all of her online friends, and she sits in there watching her YouTube and answering all of her messages. Alright, 133 metres a second. So my plan is there are a lot of up and coming events, racing events that is, and I'm about to retire. So I intend to enter into lots of racing events in my upcoming retirement. So therefore I have to learn all these tracks. I'm one of these people who are very, very short on time while I'm in the working phase. But on the 26th of March, I will no longer be in the working phase of my life. I will be in that yummy phase of, well, I won't say unemployment, but I won't have to get up and go to work anymore, that's for sure. And it is calling me. It's actually getting quite difficult to function at work now. You've got to push hard every day because you know that your time grows short. And I've been cashing in a little bit of my leave over the last few weeks. I do have some leave left over, and it'll be paid out, of course, on my last. Digging a hole to China there, Kimber. Really? Making a bed. Yeah, so I've been taking a little bit of leave. I'll be also taking a little bit of leave over the Atmo Enter Atmosphere 2956 event going up to Sydney. Stuart and I will be there with some of our online friends. I'll be really, really looking forward to meeting everybody and saying hello. People that we talk to on Discord all the time. Lens Nation, hanging out to meet Lens. He's been an online friend for some time now. We talk almost every other day. We've been training for the Daymar Rally for 2 months. And if you've been listening to my crappy little streams over the last few days, you would have heard me talking about that. There's been a group of us who have just put in a huge effort in the Daymar Rally, and it's funny actually, we found our track, we did a lot of work in preparing to follow our track, and ooh, where have I gone here? Well and truly lost the plot. Let's just rejoin there. So this is the things that I want to be able to get these tracks just down. I don't care about them being not done as fast as all the pro races. What I want to do is have them memorized to the point where I don't have to think about them. I can talk, wobble around, do what I need to do without having to concentrate on where I'm going. That's half the challenge for the racing, just knowing the track layout. So yeah, we've had our group of friends, online friends. I've not met most of these people ever before other than online, and I I've been to a few Bar Citizens now. I'm lucky enough that I can just jump on a plane. I've been to a Sydney Bar Citizen last year, met a heap of people, went to the Adelaide Bar Citizen, just brain fart for a second. You can tell I don't multitask. Whenever there's a little bit of thinking involved and a little bit of parallel processing, things just stop for me for a second. So I went to the Adelaide Bar Citizen, met Euro Trucker, regular citizen, and a dozen other people who aren't in the Southern Cross Alliance, but they do follow General Desperado. And I've watched some of his streams. Same with Croncy. I watch some of Croncy's streams, but really lacking in the time to just sit down and be a part of their full-time community. I'm hoping to start all of that soon. Same with Atmo. Atmo, I've got lots of races on. Because Southern Cross Alliance is my main group, I follow the Anzia Racing. I love the tracks that EcoBit makes, and because of the effort she makes in the game, I try to help out in all the ways that I possibly can for Anzia Racing. Can't do it all, unfortunately, so they are my chosen group of people. Atmo, this is the first time I've been in an Atmo race, was the Daymar Rally. Why am I wobbling around everywhere here? Because I'm talking and not thinking. So yeah, I've only just first Daymar Rally this year, and we've now completed that. That is now the tick on the bucket list. Not only did we complete it, we didn't do too bad. I don't know exactly where we came. We were SCA Top Hanger 1, Buggy Division. I've been sort of waiting for them to put up an official... What are you doing there? Are you eating my chair? Pearl's eating my chair. What are you doing, my girl? Do you mind? Hey, no, you're not that hungry that you got to eat my chair. Eh? My chair is a car seat. I used to own a Nissan Bluebird. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wow. Let's just slow that down a little bit. I owned a Nissan Bluebird. I loved my Nissan Bluebird. Had it for years. And slowly over time, parts become unavailable for it. I did everything but die. I don't know how I didn't die. When the Nissan Bluebird finally become unfixable, parts become hard to get. We were going to the Nissan dealer looking for certain parts, getting it serviced, and they began to say things like, oh, you need new engine mounts, or you need this, or you need that. Currently they're unavailable, but if so many people require them, then Nissan will do a production run, and you just think, really? So how long do we have to wait for all of this sort of thing to happen? And I know that you can probably get things off the second-hand market or third-party market, whatever. But the wife and I were thinking, you know what? The car is 25 years old. Maybe it's just time for an upgrade. So we got ourselves a Nissan Tiida. Now, I know they're not a very popular car in Australia. You don't see an awful lot of them around, but I gotta say, absolutely, truly magnificent little car. Lots of room inside, not big, nothing extreme. They were just a wonderful little family car. But they didn't do very well in Australia. And yeah, they just stopped producing them. Whether they're still sold overseas, I don't know, but they're not available here anymore. But look, I gotta say, it's a shame. They were nothing to look at, nothing sporty about them at all, but for a nice little get-about family car for someone who just wants to get from point A to point B, magnificent. Anyway, so we've got our little Tiida still, and it just continues to just keep going. Then came the day that I wanted, you know. I worked in Melbourne in the city. I still work currently for Metro Trains in Melbourne as a signal maintenance technician originally. We did all the level crossing maintenance, signals, anything to do with train signalling, train detection, control systems. We did all of that work. And slowly, if you stay in places long enough, of course, you work your way up the ladder. It seems to happen whether you want to or not, actually. It was one of those things that happened to me. Never wanted to be a supervisor, but you stay there long enough and you learn enough things, you just find yourselves in certain jobs that you think, my God, look at me now. Here I am in a position where I'd never thought I'd get to. Supervisor of the signal maintenance in our main control room. So I've been there for 20 years. I can't believe that. Seems like yesterday when I actually left the tracks and moved into the office control room environment. 20 years, my God. Time has flown. And in that 20 years, I've played space games and zombie games and shoot 'em up games, and I must say one of the games that has stuck with me pretty much my entire gaming life was Total Annihilation. Then that went on to become Supreme Commander and whatever other renditions of it. Stuart and I have played that game, I think, from the day that it was released. So it's one of our enduring games. Zombie games, of course, there's been so many zombie games out there. We've had a crack at just about all of them. Dead Island has been really good. Very few games I've actually played to the finish, because I do start games, and because I am not competitive to a certain degree, when things become just too hard and the fun of the game goes away, where it becomes a job. So things like Path of Exile, where you've got to now start to really get into the knit, to get past the different levels and to go up different levels. Same as World of Warcraft. I play my games for just the sheer fun of it. They've got to be fun, they've got to be relaxing. once things become a chore and it becomes work and frustrating, I actually stop playing them. And many games get a bit that way. So I start them, and a lot of them, I enjoy them, but I only play them to a certain level. And then I get stuck at a certain level because they become a chore, they become a job. They're no longer fun. You've got to study, you've got to research. You can't just jump on and just have a game. And that's what I love about Supreme Commander. And that's what I love about racing in Star Citizen. You can jump on and you can just have a game. You don't have to be great at it, but you can make it to the end. You make it to the end of the track. You can go out and do a mission. You don't have to pick the hard missions. You don't have to do anything. You can just jump on and play at your level. If you want to go out to Pyro and take on all the bad guys, the pirates, the griefers, whatever you want to do. Yeah, if you want to do it, good on you. Go out and do that. I find I don't have an interest for doing that. I have an interest for the relaxation side of it. The just being with my friends. I may not provide combat assistance and things like that. I don't have those skills and the reflexes and the thinking. The fast thinking just doesn't work for me. But I can provide itchy nose. I can provide other things for my friends. I can do a load of minerals. I can, be a medic. Even in racing, I don't have to be the first across the line. But I've got to say, just being with a bunch of people in a race and just being on the track and part of it is just great. So I seem to be getting around the track all right now. I haven't crashed for a little bit, and we'll just do a few more laps. So yes, I am looking forward to being involved in a lot more of these events in Star Citizen, Atmo events, Anzia racing events. The Crux Cup is coming up very shortly, and I have to get myself a Hull A. I'm in the heavy truck division, and I did have one. I don't think I've ever used it. Anyway, that's something for me to look into a bit later. So at the moment we're going around a track called Snake Pit. And all I'm doing, just slow and easy. I'm not going for times. I don't have any ambition to get the fastest time ever. I know for me that's not going to happen. There are people out there who will post times truly well below anything I could do reasonably. So I'm not even going to attempt the world-breaking time trial. I'll post my time trial when I'm ready to on scr.gg, Star Citizen Racing, website that is maintained by Diplomat, and it seems to be the go-to site. I haven't come across any others yet that people use to put on all of their racing time trials. And when you are in events, everybody racing seems to use it for doing all the preliminary stuff. I'm losing the ability to find words because I'm trying to think of where I'm going. And when I'm flying around and my brain just gets tied up in knots, the words just vanish from my mind. And then I've got to start thinking of them. And of course then I start to miss the gates and the turns. And so far though, at this speed, $108. We're only going slow, but it is slowly the track is burning itself into my brain. And Blautorg hasn't showed up. Whatever he be doing, he's probably crashed out on the couch in front of his air conditioner at home. I'm out here in the garage. We've got an air conditioner out here too, but the garage being all metallic and zinc steel, we don't have any insulation out here. That's one of my many jobs in retirement, is to actually get out here and insulate all the walls, get the rock wool, insulate the walls, put up some plywood sheets, form ply, and actually create a nice environment out here as my man cave. I've got a lot of stuff out here at the moment. Hamish and I have all of our games and toys and Warhammer-y stuff, our plastic crack. He's currently, haven't thought about him for a while, Mech Warrior. Another game that Stuart and I played in our younger years that we had a lot of fun with. Hamish being a Warhammer gamer, a board gamer, has come up with a Mech Warrior board game. So he sat in the lounge room the other day playing against himself, learning the rules. So I think I'm going to find myself, once some of these upcoming tournaments are out of the way, and I finish work and I can purge my brain of 42 years of railway signalling, and I've got some room to think about other things, yeah, then I'll get a little bit more into the board gaming, the Dungeons and Dragons, the Warhammer. I've got my Warhammer army, I've got the zombies and the death. Got some beautiful models here. We've made them, we just haven't painted them. They're all waiting for me for when I've got more time on my hands. Alright, yes, so I've finished, going back to my original story, I've finished very few games. I play them, I get to a certain level, and then once they become a chore, I stop. So I have played a game, one of the very first ones I actually got to the end of on the Amiga series of computers. I bought an Amiga 2000 back in the 80s, my pride and joy computer. There was a game called Carrier Command. Made it to the end of that. We did the Mech Warrior series of games, the Supreme Commander / Total Annihilation series of games, series of zombie games, of which my favourite at the moment is on Steam. And my brain has just gone blank for a second thinking of the name of it. Again, the name is in the filing cabinet somewhere in my head. I'll blurt it out in a second. 7 Days to Die, there we go. See people, once you get old, I'm almost 60, there are people whose brains are really sharp and fast thinking. I'm not one of them. I can solve a problem. That seems to be my thing. I As long as I'm left alone on my own time with with a problem that needs to be solved, I'll do it. But I'm finding as I'm getting older, I'm getting a little bit slow. The reflexes, the speed of thought isn't there. Some people stay really sharp and quick thinking. That's not me. I enjoy just the relaxation, going slow. I've had my life of in the fast lane. I want to move into the slow lane. And I'm doing it with open arms. I love slowing down and just the relaxation of the world. Just taking my time for a change instead of being under a clock. With the train system, they have a whole heap of government timed, how would you word it? When things go wrong, they have a series of fines, I suppose you'd call it. When things are wrong, trains are delayed, trains are cancelled. For every bad event that happens in the rail system, our state government imposes some sort of penalty on the companies that look after the buses, the trams, the trains, all the public service, as an incentive for them to do better. And of course, when things do go wrong, you are on the clock. Make it happen, make it work, get it going. And I'm looking forward to not being on that clock anymore. Just to wake up in the mornings and just think, what am I going to do today? I know I'm going to play spaceships or zombies or something. I bought so many Steam games on sale and not actually played them on purpose, just bought them because they were on sale and they're there in my inventory just for when I feel like having a go. Let's just speed up a bit more. What are we up to? 155. We'll go to 155. I think yesterday we were getting around at about 155. What I need to do is just every day that I play, just increase that speed just that little bit more. And I need to control the roll so I don't over roll, and I need to control my pitch and yaw a bit better. I'm using a mouse and keyboard. Trying to use a mouse and keyboard at the moment for all the up and coming events. I do have a joystick and a throttle, but giving them a rest. They need my throttle needs some sort of service repair. I'll get to it eventually. Right now, because some of these events are up and coming, I need to learn the tracks before I get all fancy schmancy with controllers and getting joysticks and things that don't actually make me learn the track. I need to learn the tracks. I can worry about all those nice little things later. Couple more laps of this, we'll move on to, oh, and hello to Cyberfox out there, wherever you may be. I've been waiting to talk to Cyberfox, one of the Atmo people. Eventually we'll catch up. Cyberfox and I are on different time zones, unfortunately. Please. What am I doing? Don't stuff up. Don't stuff up. So stop talking while I'm thinking. The multitasking does not work. I always lose this corner. There we go. Let's go back to 0 speed. Alright, so one of the things I have to learn is recovery. And we've recovered. I don't know what sort of penalty that might occur in a real race. I'm running on not autopilot, cruise control, so I don't have to worry about controlling the speed through every corners. Other people probably do all of those things. I just can't. I just can't do it all. I set a comfortable speed, and we just keep going at that speed. Saying in my stream the other day, I'm just getting around here myself or with Stuart Blautorg, and it's hard enough. I'm wondering how it's going to be with a dozen people on the track when we do have some tournaments and events. I think I'm going to hit the ground. No! How did I not? Did that one. Let's go back to 0. Can we move away from this? Now if we can. Come on. Slowly, slowly. Can we go up? Bring the nose down. What are we looking like? Looks like we're well and truly embedded. Alright, let's bail.
Self-destruct.
Self-destruct. What does a self-destruct in a racetrack do for us? Nothing. No? Well, we're on full reverse. Ah, and finally we're free. Alright. Well, I'm not really quite sure what the best tactic is for when those situations come up. We're 155. Let's finish our lap at 155. In fact, I might give Loader Boy a ring and find out if he's join me. Just finish the lap. Yeah, so I started talking about Enter Atmosphere 2956 in Sydney, 25th 21st of February, coming up very soon. I'm really hanging out for that. Some of us are going up a few days before the event, just to hang out and go and do a few things together. And we're done. Alright, I'm just going to give the bloater boy a call. Where is he? Messages, 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 yes. We'll do that. He'll be coming eventually. What can we do? Let's do a couple of laps of the Spectra Ocean Dream Circuit. My favourite track. I like grav bikes. I've been a Star Citizen backer, I think 2014, and I've just enjoyed just playing on my own and just doing the things that I do. It's only recently I've gotten into the racing, and not what I expected, actually. Better, far better than what I expected, because you get to meet that group of people. Not only do they do the racing in Southern Cross Alliance, but they're also building up towards bigger and better in the game itself under Echo and Brett and Gentleman Jez's leadership. I think they've got big plans, and I'm looking forward to being a part of all of that. I don't know exactly what I'm going to provide to the group, but I'll do what I can. I think they're looking to go all out, build their own space stations and things like that. Where are we? Classic race, Spectra Ocean. That's not classic race. That is free flight. One of the things I did find is a little bit confusing is, all of these maps, people create all their own maps and they give them names, but it's just finding them in Arena Commander sometimes I find a little bit confusing. So the Spectra Ocean Dream Circuit you'll find in the Free Flight, and the map itself is called Winner's Circle, created by Ecobit. And you can have a selection of grav bikes, but I have to say the most forgiving of the ground bikes for beginners is a Dragonfly. Who makes Dragonflies? Where are we? Vehicle selection. I don't want to use an X1, a bit fast. To Drake. Drake make Dragonflies. Where's Drake? Here it is. I was looking here before, but I didn't see it. Just checking at my mic. I have a tendency when I'm doing other things, I'll push the mute button on my mic and then I will forget to unmute it. My girlies are, well, I won't say they're asleep, they're probably suffering in the heat, but at least the air conditioning, which is running, is taking some of the sting out of the air. It's still fairly warm out here though. Do I have a temperature screen on my computer? Does pop up with all that information every now and again. 54. Alright, so it's not overheating. Here comes my little Dragonfly. Alright. Making sure I don't kick the doggy. I've got big heavy work boots on. Sometimes a doggy's tail or feet get in the way and I step on her and she jumps. Alright, so we'll pick, you can pick ship or ground vehicle. We'll go ground vehicle, we'll pick our Dragonfly and deploy. So in this track you don't deploy on the water, you deploy on the, sometimes in the middle of a forest, most of the time at the water's edge. There's a little bit of a setup that we have to go through to get into race mode. I'll go through that in a second. I've been through it before in the videos, but I'll just go through it again because I've got to get it imprinted in my head. So there we are. F4 to put us into third person view. We'll drop down to water's level. If you raise yourself up high in the water, you actually race, you lose speed. The vehicle doesn't hit its highest speed. You go as low as you can go to the water. Then what we'll do is look at our power screen. There's our engine. We've got another, we can turn off the guns.
Weapons
Need the gun.
offline.
I need the radar. When we're in competition we want to look for other riders. Our engine here is only at half power, so we'll press F6. We go to full power and that gives us our boost recharge quicker. Now I like to race in advanced HUD mode, so we'll right mouse button, brings up the advanced HUD. So on the right we have the boost bar, on the left we have our speed bar, and I actually use those as my markers that I put on the obstacles on the shoreline or the ground or whatever, rocks, trees, whatever I want to go around safely. I'll put those bars on it. So you'll get the gist in a minute. The pillar in in the water, directly in front of us, to the left of it, is the starting line. So an imaginary checkered line comes out across here. There is a name for every corner. And I've got to remember them because I've forgotten. But if we go straight towards the big billboard sign, and I keep my boost bar on the areas that I don't want to hit, you can go over land, you just can't go through the trees. So those little juts of land there, we can go over them at your own risk. Some bikes, like the Pulse, have a dirty great hitbox at the front of them because they've got a gun sticking out the front. And we did discover that if you do go over those little juts of land or rocks, some large rocks, that hitbox collects your gun and will either damage the gun or blow you up. The other thing to watch out for is blackouts. Turning the corners at high speed. When you're in third person view, you don't see the blackouts. You have to be in this view here to notice the screen going grey or red or whatever. Haven't got so many red outs at the moment that you black out. You've got several seconds of no control. You just go in a straight line. If you're moving, you can't slow down, you can't speed up. You just totally lose control and you just head in the direction that you were looking and you blacked out. And sometimes you can get lucky and launch yourself off a bit of land and not hit the trees. You'll come out in a place that you've got to try and remember, oh, where am I now when you recover? Very unfamiliar place and you've got to find your way back onto the circuit again. Most of the time on this particular circuit, you hit a tree and go kaboom. There is an almighty explosion that everybody hears if they're in the game. Then you look on the right hand side of the screen and a name will pop up. So and so has rejoined the game and they respawn. Yeah, they went boom, popped. The Dragon flies not as quick as some of the other bikes, the Nox, the F1, and it is fairly forgiving over the rocks. One thing that was fantastic to see when we were originally training this course, Gentleman Jez, just flying across the circuit. I don't do what he does. I just find it all just too much for my brain. So Len's tree. Gentleman Jez was flying through an upcoming hairpin turn, just around 2 turns around this corner. And he was cutting at extreme speed, cutting the corner fine, and raising the nose of his bike to try and avoid slamming into these rocks that we're just about to go around. You'll notice some rocks there. Gentleman Jez had come flying around that corner, lift the nose of his bike up. Sometimes he'd make it, sometimes he wouldn't. But the difference between amateur racers like me is I will never get a world record time. Pros who are willing to do all that sort of stuff, they just get the insane times, their timing, their placement, the way they think about the tracks, far different from my way of thinking. I am a drive to survive type of person. Let other people make the mistakes. I had one race, it was a friendly race. Antia Racing put on a friendly grab bike race, and we had the likes of Jackadoon and Ricky Tiki, and I think Fred fresh was there. Anyway, a lot of the pro racers that turned up, Herbie, they had a wonderful time, and somehow, just through surviving, they actually won that race. So that was a highlight for me. I've only been racing, I'll just say 12 months. I really got into it when the Crux Cup 24-hour event was on last year, and first ever 24-hour racing event in Star Citizen. That was it for me. I'd always wanted to race, I'd always wanted to have a go, but I've been slinking around in the shadows, just I'm not good enough, I'm not this, I'm not that, I can't compete. And I watched that race, people were blowing up, people were doing all sorts of things. Yes, there are those that made zero mistakes, but I just discovered I was human like everybody else. And it gave me the confidence to have a go at this track. Learning it sort of, made my brain fart several times, because it is a very long track and there's not an awful, once you lose your way, it is very confusing to find your way back onto the circuit again, because everything looks the same. And I'm noticing that, oh my gorgeous girl, I'm noticing that with the Record Memorial Racetrack too, very few. What's up, Kimber?
God, I was looking for you. I didn't realise you were here.
Well, now you found me.
I called, I didn't respond, and I'm looking around all the channels. Where the fuck are you?
So how did you know to come here? What prompted you?
I just was looking through all the channels till I found you, and I just thought, what the fuck are you doing in there?
Well, I came here, so we are streaming. So I came here just in case Cyberfox was around, or anyone from the Atmo people was around and wanted to have a chat. I've been telling people I'll be in the anti-racing Discord, but then it talked about inviting people to the channel and things like that. And I thought, I don't feel comfortable inviting everyone to all these different Discords, because they're not my channels to be inviting people into. Maybe I'm thinking wrong, I don't know. That's just the way that I think. They're not my sites to just be willy-nilly inviting people. So I came to the Atmo site. So if Atmo people want to just jump in and talk, good on them. It's their site, I don't have to care.
Really?
There, really. I'm on Spectra Ocean circuit. Loader boy. Just been talking about how I got interested in the racing in the first place. The Crux Cup 24-hour. Echo's Grand Adventure.
Christ, I've got to work out what I'm doing in that, because when is it?
It's coming up, but I'm not thinking about it just yet. What I've got to do is, if I want to do anything with it right now, I've got to get myself a hull A sorted out, and I just haven't done it. I think about it every day. The last few days we've been talking about it, but I've not actually gone and sorted it out yet.
Well, speaking of sorting things out, I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Yeah. So yes, the Crux Cup will be coming out very shortly. I don't know the dates of it. What I need to do is get myself a calendar, and up behind me I've got some lockers, some old work lockers sitting up behind me here. Get thrown out, so that I need some lockers at home. But now and again they big organisations do that. I'm not really quite sure why. They just have these massive clean-outs where everything goes in the rubbish bin, and they just freshen up the offices, they freshen up the look, they change desks, they re-carpet, repaint, whatever, everything, but nothing gets saved, it just gets thrown away. You got yourself a fluff ball. So if I was racing a Pulse, I wouldn't be going over that bit of land, I'd be going through the water there. Because I was finding when I was practicing for the Spectra Ocean Grav Racing, the Anti-Gravity Racing League, Anti-Racing's Anti-Gravity Racing League, that will be coming up shortly. So many events. The people at work are all saying to me, I don't know, you know, they're saying, what are you going to do in retirement? I look at every day, and every single day of mine is busy. I love going out with Michelle, regularly go out for our lunches, coffees, pictures, movies. We have a great relationship together. If anyone is my soulmate, it is her. Very lucky to have found her. Couldn't imagine being with anyone else actually. We met in the army. I was in the Army Reserve, Armoured Corps. Just gotten to the level of crew commander in an armoured vehicle. But the demands of, because it was Army Reserve, the demands of having a family, buying a house, all of those pressures that were on me, I really needed to be at work. I needed the overtime. I needed to make money. The Army was a wonderful hobby. The Army Reserve, lifelong friends, skills that they provided you, and they pushed you to the limit. Things that you thought you could not do when you're being pushed by people who know. There's the lens tree. I think I've only hit it a couple of times in my whole racing career, so that would have been 2 or 3. Let's deploy again. So now that we've redeployed all those settings that we made last time,
Your systems are
actually,
online.
we'll do something else. I've got to try and remember a couple of things for the Anti-Gravity Race League. Now, one of the things that they did require was that we had on here R display info 1. R underscore display info 1. That would bring up all that information in the top right corner, and to make it fair for everybody, they were setting a particular number for the maximum frames per second. I honestly can't remember it now. I think if you set it to 49, you got some sort of an acceleration boost. Anyway, whatever it was, we'll do it anyway. I honestly can't remember the number now. So the command is sys underscore max FPS, and we'll go 49. Now, you'll notice that, right, we've set the maximum frames per second at 49. So my graphics card is doing that now, and I think that the idea of that was it was giving us our maximum acceleration. So if we had to zoom away, don't think it made your top speed any different, but it was just the acceleration. And Anyway, when you were racing the Anti-Gravity Race League, they wanted this information up. They wanted you to set a specific value. I'll have to find out what that value is now, unless they've fixed the exploit and it's no longer a problem. And when you raced, you had to have that up, so when the officials were looking at the statistics, they could see that you weren't using whatever the exploit was. So we've got that sorted out now. We'll go to third party. Now, sometimes I race in third party, sometimes I race in first person, or third party, getting my words muddled up. I race in third person view. We'll settle on down to the water level. We shall set. We'll push our F6 for maximum engine power.
Weapons offline.
All this engineering is something that I never had to care about in the past, but now we do. F6. If I press F8, we'll drop back one. If we press F8 again, I'm wondering if, once the engine goes off, you sink into the water and you do explode after a few seconds. You can turn the engine back on again, but you don't necessarily come back to the top. Let's do it. We'll turn it off. No, it won't let us turn it off. We'll go
check your chat.
Check my chat. Check my chat in what? Discord?
No, in your stream.
Oh, do I have to check my chat?
Yeah, I just sent you a message.
Ah,
And you should be watching your chat.
no, I don't watch my chat. I never watch chat when I'm streaming. In fact, I don't even know where it is at the moment. I don't even have it up to look at. Let me bring it up.
30 frames per second.
Is that what we had to set it for?
Yep.
All right. That's the anti-gravity race.
I've got it written here in front of me.
Let me open up my YouTube channel. Wayne DC 549. I normally don't even have it on because I'm not looking at it. Open up my YouTube channel. Ah, there you are. All right. Yeah, at the very start of the stream, I told people I don't look at it. If you want to talk to me, come into Discord. All right, but here we are. Let me turn off the sound so I can't hear myself talking. And I'll go, hello, world. There's me. All right, so let's set it to 30 then, was it, boy? Sys underscore max FPS 30. So if you find, for everyone out there watching, if you find that you cannot set your frames per second to the value that you're expecting it to be, you then have to check options, graphics, VSync should be off. If we set it on and we go back, you can even see it there. We're no longer at 30. We're at something else, 45. So you need to have your VSync off, and back it comes, back to 30. Alright, I'm in Spectra Ocean Bloater Boy, no doubt, you've already figured that out. I just hit the lens tree. Form up at the start line. Wait for the bloater boy to join the game.
Yeah, I was just checking the turkey roast. We're having turkey roast and roast veggies with dinkies.
Boy. I think we're just going to have sausages in bread. too hot to care about anything else. I don't know what the temperature is now. Pearly girl, I've just got to move my leg. Just watch for your head there, my girl. All right. I've just formed up at the start line. A drink of fizzy water. Ooh. Mineral water with some Hydrolite in it. Hydrolite is nice. On hot days when you sweat like a pig. Do pigs even sweat? I know people say sweat like a dog, but doggies don't sweat. They pant. And they cool down by the evaporation off their tongue. I think their paws sweat. I know my two love to walk through cool water in gutters and things like that. Not so great with swimming. They like to be knee deep in water, but they don't get full body in water. Their coats, they got the big thick double coat. When they get wet, they just stay wet.
Rather be knee deep in boobies.
What, the dogs or you?
Hey.
I like boobies. Alright. Can you join my group, or do you need me to get out?
No, I'm just setting up my boat.
So I've done some laps of the snake pit. Have you done any of that today?
No, not today. I've been busy today, but I'll do some tonight.
Yes, bloated boy. I've got to go to work tomorrow. I can't be bothered. I'm looking for excuses not to go, but I've got to go. I've had 7 wonderful days off. Both of us we were both supposed to work, Stuart and I were both supposed to work the weekend, Friday, Saturday and Sunday as part of our shift rosters. And we both took it off to attend the Daymar Rally. And I've had such a wonderful few days off. And yesterday being a public holiday for Australia Day, today being a day that I am just off roster. So are you, aren't you, bloated boy? You're off roster today?
I am. I'm night shift tomorrow for 2 nights. And then I'm off for the weekend.
Yeah, I'm off for the weekend too. And I've got 24 shifts to go between now and the 26th of March. My last day at work. And it's calling. In fact, it's not just calling. I'm like a dazed sheep standing in the middle of a highway with a road train with its driving lights on. Standing there just waiting for the oblivion to hit me.
You're going to have to restart, boy. Mine's locked up.
Yeah. Alright, I've jumped out. I'll go to menu. Tell me when you're in. I do need to have a shave tonight. These 3-day, well, probably up to about a 5 or 6 day growth now is driving me insane. It's catching on my shirt, catching on my chin. You move your face side to side.
Grow some balls, you weakie.
The whiskers are just annoying. Oh, see, you got a big fluffy head like a Sasquatch. Kimber's chasing flies. Get him. Get him. I'm just looking at her, just thinking, oh my God, she's big.
She probably looks at you and think, oh my God, he's ugly.
And then I look at Pearl and I just think, oh my God, she's just adorable. She's just so beautiful. It is such a snuggle bug.
And then she looks at you and says, when he's not looking, I'm going to eat him.
Should see the look on its face. It's just completely derped out. Yeah, you gorgeous creature. I had a whole heap of things under my desk here the last couple of days, but I've pulled everything out to give me some leg room to stretch my legs during our Daymar rally run. Because I normally wouldn't sit here for endless hours. And now that I've moved everything out, the doggies have claimed the space. Hey Kimber, you chasing those flies. I don't need a fly zapper in here, I got you. Alright, Pearly Gill's lied back down. Time to go back to sleep, is it? Alright, how you going there, boy?
Everything's very slow for some reason.
Hang on while I wipe my head. The air conditioner's on full bore, but it's still hot out here. And if you're talking, I can't hear anything you're saying with my headphones off. Hey, big girl.
I've invited you to the lobby.
Invite accepted. Ready. Dragonfly, you got your dragonfly?
No, I'm still getting there.
Hello, gorgeous girl. It's got a bloody head like a battering ram. This thing, it's just thick. Just bone, just solid bone.
Like dog like master.
Bonehead. Couldn't be without
I'm
those.
about to push
I
launch.
love my doggies. No, you are just utterly adorable. Give me a snuggle. Winner's Circle is loading in. Alright. Deploy. Oops, hang on. I deployed something that I shouldn't have deployed.
Systems on.
Let me
Self-destruct on.
self-destruct. Oh, hello down there, Kimber. You trying to push the pearly gill out of the way. Boom! Hey? Are you being the dominant doggy? Says, move it, Pearl. I want to be with the human. We go Dragonfly, ground vehicle. Yeah, 2 ground vehicles. There we go, that one. Yeah, Pearly Gill's holding their ground going, bugger off. You're not coming here. This is my place.
Systems are online.
Alright.
Sitting at the start line.
Alright, I'll go through my startup process. Gotta go down under the water. F6 to set the engines. Hello, my girl. Engines to full speed. Weapons off.
Weapons offline.
And Sys Max FPS.
Are we setting that up? Are we? Or
Well, set it up just because, like, it may not be required, but when the anti-gravity racing league starts up again, I just want to have all of those things in my mind. Looking for you, boy. Oh, there you are. I'm just off to your right. I'm not right on the start line, but whoopie-doo. Tell me when you're ready. Where are you? That is you. Your name hasn't come up. There you are.
even when you ping me?
Yeah, I just pinged you. Yeah, and it's come up now. I saw a dragonfly on the water, but your
Comes up as unknown. Oh no, there you are. It took a second.
Yeah, I saw you sitting there, but there was no marker come up. I had to ping you.
Ready, set, go.
All right, 189 metres a second is what I'm getting out of this thing. You were saying you got 190, was it yesterday?
Yeah, just had a tailwind, I think.
Lost a lot of speed on that.
Cut in far too hard.
I was looking at you going to the right, thinking, well, you're going to cut in, and I didn't want to run into anybody. Doing practice for this track ages ago. I was talking earlier about Gentleman Jez screaming around these corners, and then he would be lifting the nose of his bike up, remember, around the hairpin turn. He'd be pulling it up into the air like he was popping a mono. Never figured out what the key is to do that.
you're staying with me.
I am. Can't gain a lot of ground on you though during the straight stretches because we're all doing the same speed, of course. It's Jung Plunga, I think. Young Lens. He's probably looking for us too.
He's on the track, is he?
I think so. Saw his name. He's got to go back to school, I think, tomorrow. His day is, his holidays are over. Hello, Pearl. Pearl's chewing on the bottom of my chair. Not able to gain any time on you. I'm still here. Haven't gone kaboom. Relaxing. Still want to see one of Lens's movies of you lighting a fart on the back of one of these. Whoa! I can see there's going to be some collisions there.
Destroyed.
And I hit the tree. Now I've lost my bearings. Yeah. Don't know what I did there, boy. I hit the tree and bounced off. I didn't explode.
Saved by your guts.
One engine gone. Still doing 189. Wonder what that. Whether it.
It's just the indestructible dragonfly, boy.
I am slowing down.
Coming up to the start-finish line.
I'm also not out of the race. I haven't lost a lap.
Yeah, well, I've only got to stuff up and you'll catch up.
Stephen Bradbury technique. Just keep chugging along. Travelling music on. I'll have to get some copyright-free music going while we're just doing laps of this.
Doom metal.
Yeah, if you put on anything else, then the AI picks it up. But you can get those sites that just have that repetitive music just specifically for these sorts of things.
Alright, I'm finishing my third lap. I'm just going to duck off and check dinner.
Yeah. It is Jungplunga.
Weapons online. Weapons offline.
What's going on here? Oops. Caps. Where's that? I'm going to get a new vehicle. This one has got
Self-destruct sequence is online.
fairly good. Ooh. Redeploy.
Hello and welcome aboard your Drake interplanetary craft. Your systems are online. Engines online. Weapons offline.
That on. Young Lens hasn't showed up in chat. Not answering my messages either.
Who, me?
No, Young Lens, Jung Plunger. He joined the group. He's joined the game. I can see him there on the screen. Where is he? Can't see him flying around.
At the start finish line, just sitting there.
Right, I can see you.
No, that's you.
Yeah, that's me. I can see you. I'm just sitting at the start finish. I'm just looking for Plunger. Well, he came into the game. I've written in squad. We are in Atmo Discord. No, let's change that to all.
Just going to check dinner again.
How do I change that? No, I don't know how to change that. Somebody out there will know and they'll be laughing at me. Why is it not on everyone? If I go here, no. F12. I don't know what I'm doing. All.
All right, I'm going to go and carve me chook, boys, so I'll be gone for an hour or so.
No worries, boy.
I'll just leave me Dragonfly there, it'll log out itself.
acknowledged. Did the game just freeze? Don't know.
Hello, Wayne.
There he is. How are you, mate?
Good. How are you?
Good. Last day of holidays today, is it?
No, one more week, and then
Oh.
it's gone.
Another week. Very good. Well, that's even better. That's a bonus. I'm
Yes.
just doing some laps of the Spectra Ocean circuit. I'm actually streaming this, and just for the sake of, there was a couple of Atmo blokes. One of them, Cyberfox, just wanted to just watch some training, ready for the Sydney event. So I thought I'd just stream it on my YouTube channel. And I saw your name appear out of the blue.
Yeah, I'm just trying to practice how to fly decoupled
Ah, okay. No worries.
because my dad keeps on telling me that I should do it, and so now I started practicing.
Yeah, I've got to learn how to do it too. I just haven't. There's been too many racetracks to learn, and I just can't do it all. So I've stayed in coupled mode, and I'm just learning the tracks. So I'm just here on Spectra Ocean, just doing a few circuits. I've been on Snake Pit. Very soon I'll just go on to Ricord Memorial Racetrack.
I remember that one. That's my favorite racetrack in Arena Commander.
Ah, okay. I haven't played it before. So I've just been starting to learn it, so I'm slow. And what am I doing here? Everything is slow when you're dealing with me, that's all I can say. I can't move, I can't do anything. FTLZZ said he can't shoot.
Now it's back to normal for me and him.
Still waiting.
My dad's just gone out to grab the groceries, some eggs and yogurt,
Okay.
and then
Has he recovered from the Daymar rally all right? I've been meaning to talk to him and say hello.
it's gonna take a bit of time, but he is getting better now.
Very good. He was a little bit sad there the other day, and I don't blame him.
And also congratulations for 5th place. That's
Yeah.
good.
Thank you, but we were wondering if that was actually us, because that SCA was one of the teams that they put up, and then they also put up SCA Top Hanger 1, which is our team name. So
Yeah, at the starting they had SCA Top Hanger 1, but then they got rid of it. Maybe like because it was too long.
okay, all right.
Yeah, even when I was watching the stream, me and my dad were talking about it, like the position.
Yeah, very good. So we actually did. Well, I've been waiting for them to get all of the times from all the other servers put together. So I wasn't counting our 5th place as true and correct just yet, but I have been looking on their site every now and again, on the Daymar Rally site. I haven't looked on scr.gg actually. Let me just have a quick look there, and we'll see whether or not they've actually got all the official times up. We're sending you to Discord for authentication, and it seems to be taking quite some time. Maybe it isn't going to happen for me. Alright, well, regardless of that, let's get back a page. And we'll go scr.gg again. I won't log in. Let's look at leaderboards. Arena Commander, ground racing. Alright, where will I find Daymar Rally? These are all like individual time trial-y things. Yeah, not seeing it there. Events. Daymar Rally was here, now gone. So it's showing the up and coming events, not the past ones. Alright, well, what else can I look at? We can look at daymarrally.gg. Is that correct? No. God, it would help if I could spell properly. No, I can. Daymar Rally. Let's just not worry about the end bit.
I found it. If you go to tracks,
On SCR.
then you can, yeah, and then you search Daymar, then you find a leaderboard.
Tracks.
Apparently the fastest there is 7,055. Wait, no, that's not the slowest.
Daymar Rally. Leaderboards about the track. Well, I did record the track. I recorded our run, and I'm going to have a look at that recording eventually because I followed the leaders. I didn't follow the route that I was going to take. I actually lost my way right at the start of the race because the sun was coming up right in my eyes, and I lost the marker points that I was looking for. And I thought, I'm not going to slow down. Everyone else is blazing off into the distance. So I followed all of the support ships, and they were taking a good route. And I thought, wow, all right. So I continued to record on OBS the direction. So I was going to have another look at that later on in the year and start planning the route for next year.
Just wondering if next year Genesis will change the layout of the race.
Yeah, that's probably true. Alright, so leaderboards, Daymar Rally, leaderboards about the track. Cyclone. Yeah, I'm seeing people with fastest times, but I'm not actually seeing.
If they don't have the race times there, I think.
Yeah, I'm not seeing this year's events actual times, the overall team times, organisations. Let's have a look there. Members, podiums and ratings. One member.
Yeah, boy, this weekend, if you like, did you want to do a Daymar run just to keep the eye in?
No, I don't think I'll bother with Daymar until
No,
after.
that's a no, boy, that's a no. Okay.
Yeah. Can't be bothered with it now. We've got a few more things to have to learn. seeing the actual placings for the last event.
Hello, guys.
Hello, how are you?
Ask me in a week, okay?
It's Dexter. Ah, how are you, buddy?
uh,
Ask you in a week.
Ask me, yeah, in a week. Okay, I noticed that you are sitting here. No issue with that, but probably you cannot, create a voice channel below.
No, that's all right. We were actually doing some laps, and Cyberfox sent me a message a little while ago because we're doing the racing part of the Enter Atmosphere in Sydney.
Okay.
And
yeah.
Cyberfox, of course, he's not around to talk to most of the time, being in the UK. But
I know.
while we were training, we thought, well, we'll pop into a place where he has access to, and if he wants to come and chat with us, then it's easy for him to just find us and have a chat when we're practicing. So
I know. It's super perfect. But if people looking that someone is in tournament launch, they starting ask questions. So I create below, join VC channels for Team 1 and Team 2, so you can use it. Yeah.
Okay. Where is that? Down the bottom.
Yeah. I just create because normally we use create VC bot. Yeah, but it's for now still turned off because it has sensitive data after Daima Rally.
Yep.
Yeah. So
all right.
Temporary is turned off, but I manually create, open channels. You can join there and, no bother others because I already get like 3 DMs. Do we do an event? I see people in tournament.
People are. I didn't even realise people would be looking, but obviously they are. All right, so we can move down to Team Voice 1. So Blortorg and Jung Plunger. We'll move ourselves down to the bottom of the list here and get off this channel and save Dexter from getting DMs.
Thank you very much.
Good on you, mate. Thanks very much.
Yep. See you.
See you later. All right, I'm moving down to Team Voice 1. Are we here?
Yes, but
everyone but the fatty boy. All right, we'll just wait for him to. He'll come back and go, hang on, what's going on? Can I drag him down? I don't know how to drag people around. Call, add user, mute, disable, invite, remove, ignore, block. How do I drag? Do you know how to drag people around at all, Summer?
I think you can drag them if you're the server owner or a moderator in Discord.
Okay. Nah, in that case, nah. Let me just send him a message. Alright. We have moved down to the bottom of Atmo Discord into some public chat channels. Atmo, we're getting inquiries about why there are people in the tournament channel. All right. Wherever he's gone, whatever he's doing, he will find us. Anyway, yeah, so we got to give Dexter until next week to get all of the standings all sorted out. There we go. That's all right. I'm happy. We know what's going on. What I didn't expect is that people would be watching and contacting him about, oh, we see there's people in the tournament channel. Is there a race on? We're missing out. I never gave that a thought. One little bit. Now we know. Alright, we'll get out of there. And I've dropped off the network because I've been... Oh, I thought I had a no disconnect script running, but I obviously don't have it running. Alright. So, I'll go to record raceway now. Classic race. Hello, classic race. Start. Why is it not clicking? Go back. Alright, something's not happening.
I'll try and launch it on record. Is it Record Memorial Raceway?
That's the one. I'll join you. If this is your favourite track, you are going to absolutely spectacularly put me to shame.
No, it's been like a few years since I played this track. I'm gonna go into Wolf just for fun.
Alright, I will be in a 350R.
Have you spawned? Because I don't see you.
I'm in
Your
here
adventure,
now.
Oh, yeah. Whoa. Okay.
your adventure courtesy of Kruger
Spawn on
Interplanetary.
top of
Duplicate
each other.
ships. Yeah, duplicate ships.
So let me get out. Hang on. Let me just leave that. I've spawned upside down, not in the ship I wanted to be in. We'll
Yeah,
find
looks like
out.
you spawned in a Merlin.
I did. Game is not accepting new players. Okay.
When I tried to join you, I couldn't, so I just I had to go into Arena Commander normally, and then I could join you.
No, I've left your game or my game, whatever now, and I'm back in the main menu. So let me. I'll join you. There we go.
I'm in Lorville Outskirts because
Okay.
once you exited, it made me win, so then it made me go into a new map.
All right. Lorville Outskirts. Well, that's one I still have to learn. So
Is that a map in Atlas?
it is, yes. And I need to run a Mustang Gamma. So I've never, ever played this map. So we're going to find out real fast how many times I can crash in one lap. So I need a Mustang Gamma. Who makes Mustangs? Misk? No? Can't remember.
Consolidated Outlands.
Consolidated Outlands. Mustang Gamma. There we go.
I'm going to Ulta 4 because my game 30k'd and I can't exit the menu now.
Welcome.
No worries.
Your journey begins now. All systems operational.
If you need me to get out back to menu so that you can join, let me know.
I can just click make a new server on best and have Lorville Outskirts as the map. I think I can join.
Well, I am doing the grand speed of 100 meters a second while I learn what I'm doing here. Have you enjoyed your holidays so far?
Yeah, they're pretty nice.
I was
I've
gonna
been
say,
like,
not that there's any such thing as a bad holiday.
yeah, true. I've been making some model kits right now.
Very good. What are you making?
And just lots, like multiple ones at the same time. But I just removed some paint of old figure I had, so now I'm repainting them into a winter scheme.
How do you remove the paint? Use that natural green or whatever the hell they call it, that paint softener stuff?
Yeah, because I don't have that right now. When we go to Bunnings, we'll get it.
Yep.
But right now I'm just using some nail polish remover.
Oh, okay. All right. Not only will it remove the paint, it will send you high with the smell.
I've joined you,
Lot of,
but one player is not ready.
oh, is that me? Alright, that'll be me.
Welcome. Your journey begins
Okay.
now.
I was having a sook before about that. All these messages are smack bang in the centre of the screen. Surely they could put them out of the way. So when you are just here, just buggerising around and there's no one else around, all these waiting for player messages are smack in the middle where your crosshairs are.
I think we're meant to do the map. Are you have to do it in nav mode or do you have to do it in SCM?
No idea. I'm just in whatever mode it's in right now. I haven't changed anything. I'm just going slow. 190 meters a second. I have no idea. It looks reasonably, so far, reasonably navigatable without too much drama. We've gone miles into the air there for whatever reason.
I thought it was in decoupled mode.
Ah,
It looks like I wasn't.
how you going with the decouple? Making progress on it?
Yeah, but I can't even tell if I am in decoupled mode or not yet.
Ah, okay. I remember someone saying if you're in decoupled mode, the speed brake is your friend. The space brake, whatever they call it, X. X is your friend.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not in couple mode right now, but I'm changing to it.
I'm not even going to bother to try because I will die spectacularly.
I think I know the problem because I'm using my joysticks.
And
C won't work anymore.
I died spectacularly anyway. I didn't even...
This is the point that most people die on, and
I'm wondering what I hit. Maybe that crossbeam. Ah, that's probably what I hit the crossbeam.
this is the point where most people die in Star and a recently priced Aurora MR.
Ah, this is the track they used, the super secret track. Ah, okay.
Yes.
I wondered where they did that. Because I've never raced this track before, I didn't recognise it. I wondered what it was.
We used to do it in the PU, but when they released it into Arena Commander, it was just better.
Well, look, so far I've got to say I haven't got a clue where I'm going, but it's not quite as twisty-turny as Snake Pit.
I've tried Snake Pit once, but I couldn't even finish a few laps on it.
I couldn't even attempt it in decoupled mode, I'm afraid. I'm just not at that level.
Okay, I figured I had to enable decoupled mode on my joysticks.
Yep.
And then I died.
Your dad flies in decoupled mode all the time, doesn't he?
Yes. He jacketed.
Yes. I remember him saying he was getting private tuition from Jacko. And my doggies are visiting me. So just letting you know, Summer, that we're actually streaming this on my just on my Discord. Because one of the Atmo guys, Cyberfox, his name is, was just saying whenever we're practicing for the Sydney event, he wants to know a little bit about the people who are racing. So I've just been streaming all of my practice sessions and just dribbling, just talking about everything and nothing just while I'm flying around, so that he gets to know a little bit about who we are, what we do, our likes and dislikes, and stuff that he can use for his commentary.
Oh, so is he the commentator for
He's one of them, yeah. So him and I think it's Croncy, not overly sure. Anyway, whoever it's going to be, he's one of them. Now your dad is
a race analyst.
Yeah, a race analyst, and I'm trying to figure out what does a race analyst do. So I'm assuming he's the guy that's got all of the knowledge about the tactics and the people and what they'll be thinking. And but we all
I
know
think
your dad can talk, so he'll make it up as he goes.
yes.
Well, I've crashed once, which is better than I thought I would do on a first go on this track. Hello, Kimber. I don't know how I'd go on if I was ever on a reasonably a star in a reasonably priced Aurora MR.
Yeah.
I certainly won't make it to the top. There's no doubt about that.
I think the fastest time is like 1 minute and 29 seconds and something. And my fastest time is 2 minutes and 29 seconds.
Wow. Surely Echo would have got the fastest time.
No, I think Echo got for the racers, she got the second or third last time.
Okay.
And then Jackarden and the last racer who came, Quelsar,
Yep.
they got the first 2 times.
Okay. I know Echo specialises in racing with a keyboard and a mouse. She doesn't use a joystick.
Yeah, I was using the joystick just now, but because like I don't have any friction pads,
Yep.
whenever I use my slider, it always like slides my whole entire keyboard forward.
Well, I've been thinking about getting myself a joystick, but it won't be for a little while yet. I've got a few things I have to do first, but I am looking at a Virpil joystick. I'm looking at not just the joystick, I'm looking at, don't hit the crossbar, I'm looking at not 2 joysticks. People say that they fly with twin joysticks. I'd like to get a joystick and a throttle, an actual throttle.
Yeah, I'm using a throttle as well. It's a Thrustmaster.
Yep.
It was meant for a flight simulator, but it can be used in SC as well. But my biggest problem is whenever I try and make my own key bindings, SC doesn't have the thing where it recognizes 2 axes. Like it has a Z-axis and an X-axis and a Y-axis.
Yep.
But it doesn't understand that you can go backwards and forwards on it. So when I try and accelerate and decelerate, it gets confused.
Alright, I think my time was 2 minutes and 16.
Nice. I got a new lap now. 2 minutes exactly.
Yep, 2 minutes, almost exactly. 2 minutes, 0.004 milliseconds.
Close.
Well, that wasn't so bad. There were those couple of tricky bits where you do have those where you were saying where most people die. Yep. I certainly wasn't expecting the crossbar right across the middle of the gate.
It's the rural outskirts again.
Yep. That's all right. I need the practice. You coming to Sydney with your dad?
Yes.
Very good. We get to see everybody in person for a change instead of just talking to each other.
Once you deploy, don't press X immediately. Just go a bit forward and then press it, because otherwise you get your duplicated ships, which makes you die.
Your journey begins now. All systems operational.
I've gone forward and to the side. Alright, you happy for me to press X now?
Yep.
Four, 3, 2, 1, 0, and go away. Alright, we'll go to 170. You've taken off into the oblivion. I'll go 180. Do we do 190? 195. Close enough to 200. Even now I feel as though I'm out of my depth. land already.
The
I
f-
can't see the track.
The fastest the Wolf goes in SCM mode is 221, and in nav mode it goes really slow because of an Atmo.
I'm in a 3. I'm in a Gamma. Okay. For some reason I was thinking I was in a 350R, but I'm not. Alright, 189 meters a second. Again, I've lost the track. No, I haven't. No. It's not implanted in my brain yet. I'm sliding around all over the place.
I cannot control my ship. It's like there's a torque imbalance on it.
Okay. I haven't heard an earth-shattering kaboom yet.
I died already.
Ah.
Just here. I didn't hit the crossbar. I just couldn't control my ship, so I went ahead of the checkpoint and then I flew into a crane.
So I know your dad's got all the names of all the different places on this track because of people who do just those things. Hit cranes, hit structures, hit tanks.
The third checkpoint, I believe, is called Fists of Robert, and if I do that in decoupled mode, I always die.
The fists of Robert. I do remember he mentioned those words. Whoa.
Oh wait, the fourth checkpoint.
I am wobbling everywhere for some reason. My hand is not following my brain. I'm noticing as I'm turning corners, instead of, because for some reason, I don't know why, when I'm turning a corner, oh, I just touched. Not only do I pull back on the mouse, but I move it up. Just a thing, just something about the way that my hand is connecting to my brain.
Maybe then you should try and pitch your ship when you take a turn, so like you pitch down when you turn.
So I've got to train myself as I'm getting around each track. I am developing a feel for them, and every new track I start, I'm doing this funny thing. Yeah, my hand is moving up as well as moving sideways. Alright, I'm still getting around at 190. I haven't died yet. I've hit a structure, but I haven't died yet.
Maybe that's causing some turbulence in your ship. So check if you still reach your high speed.
195, still going to it. Yeah, still at the speed that I want to be at. I don't want to be any faster because I shall die in a blinding flash of light and sound. And I didn't die, but I did die. Thought I was just going to go into a super spin. Alright.
Welcome.
I got like 1 minute and 46 seconds in a Wolf, and like Quasar and Jackie didn't can get 129 in the Aurora. It's crazy.
In an Aurora, yeah. Like how much practice have they done on these tracks?
Yeah.
I suppose when you're a pro racer, that's what you do.
I think the racers also have an advantage because they know most of the tracks.
Yeah.
So like, again, other than skill, they also like have an idea of the track already.
That's it. Yeah, that's correct.
When my dad comes back, I'll have to go for a second, but then I'll be back.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
Yeah. Right now I'm just flying the track coupled, but when I fly decoupled, I can't control my steering at all. It's weird.
I'm not even going to bother to try. Not yet. I'm a long way from doing those sorts of things. I know people say that it is the only way to fly, and I agree with them.
Oh, my dad's back. I have to go quickly. I'm back.
But yeah, flying decoupled for me is not something I'm going to learn overnight, I'm afraid. Maybe middle of the year when I've got a lot of other things out of the way. Hello, my gorgeous doggy. I've got Kimber beside me and she's nudging me to come and play with the ball with her. I might have to run away for a little while myself in 10 minutes, and otherwise she won't leave me alone, hey? Gorgeous doggy. Got one hand on the dog, one hand on the mouse. Yes, you're calling for me. Since you want for a walk, doggy, I might give you a brush instead, eh? How's that sound? We'll do a brush. Well, this track is quite good. I do like this track. Again, it'll take me a little while to get things stuck in my head. But it is very forgiving. Little tricky parts on there with those cross beams through the middle of the gates. You just have to be aware of them.
Your journey begins now.
Don't know what
All
lap
systems
time was.
operational.
I'm back.
You're back.
I just see in your lap, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to see my lap time, but at the end of the race, it's not letting you steer or control speed. I finished the lap, but I was pointing to the ground and I couldn't stop. I couldn't move. I just plowed into the ground and died.
Your fastest lap was 2 minutes and 12 seconds, according to...
What's going on, guys?
Hey, where you going?
Just getting ready to go to bed, and I saw people in voice chat. What's going on?
We're just doing a little bit of race practice, just driving around some. Well, I myself haven't been around a lot of these Arena Commander tracks, and I know there's events coming up in the future. There's the Crux Cup and the Anti-Gravity Race League, some of the Atmo races, and I was just doing a bit of practice on these never done before tracks. And I thought, well, I'm not a streamer, but I'm learning how all of this stuff works. So I thought, all right, I'll stream it on my YouTube channel. I'll jump into Discord. I can't multitask if my life depended on it. So I thought, no point in people typing in the chat because I'm never going to see it. I won't read it. So I just popped myself into the Atmo Discord, and if anyone turned up, they turned up to say hello to, just while I'm doing
Nice.
circles. And here you are, you've just turned up. So,
There you go. I had the same problem. I used to stream one of the games I used to play all the time, and I would just get involved in the game and it completely ignore the stream. I'd look over and there'd be like, 30 messages trying to get a hold of me. I'm like, oops.
Yes. Well, that's what was happening to me. And like you're racing, it's not as if you're sort of bopping along and you've got the ability to move your eyes all over the place and look at chats and look at YouTube and look at the racetrack. You're sort of looking at the racetrack all the time. And those people who can do it, good on them, but it isn't me. So I've just looked across to see who I'm talking to, and it's Jeremy L. Is that how I pronounce it? Yeah, get it, Jeremy. Well, I'm Wayne. I'm over here in sunny Melbourne, Australia at the moment, and all I can say is, God, it's hot. We got
Nice.
43 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, if you go by Fahrenheit, but
43 is pretty warm.
yeah, hot enough that I don't want it any hotter. I'm actually out in my garage, and if you want to see who I am, and look on YouTube, Wayne DC 549, and you'll see me sitting here with my doggies out in the garage. We've got an air conditioner out here, but I have to say the tin material of the garage doesn't stop the heat. It's overwhelming, the poor air conditioner. So I've got two doggies here with me, and they're sitting here beside me, panting like mad. I got one of them. I got big dogs. I got Turkish Kangles, and beautiful.
What did you say your stream address is?
Wayne DC 549 on YouTube. So I'm just streaming what we're doing here, and the idea of that, it's not really intended for an audience to come in and chat and sort of all that sort of thing. What it is because there's a couple of us from Southern Cross Alliance who are going to Sydney for this Enter Atmosphere event, and the Atmo people just want to learn a little bit about us, what our capabilities are, when they're doing their commentaries and all that sort of thing. And instead of us all showing up as, oh, hi, how are you, the first time we've met you sort of thing, the idea is just to do some streams so that they can watch them and the compares can listen to us talk, and we just talk about ourselves and prattle on about nothing really. But it gives them some ammunition for when they're commentating to say, oh, here's Wayne DC from Melbourne, Australia. Yabba dabba 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 doo, loves dogs, plays Star Citizen regularly, has no idea what he's doing. But, they can just watch our streams. There's another couple of people who are involved as well. I don't know what they're doing for their preparation. But this is what I'm doing. I'm just doing circles of tracks on Arena Commander without any idea of what I'm actually up against with these other races. And I'm sure that they will utterly pulverize me. 'Cause-
Yeah, I haven't messed with that track in a long time.
Yes. I don't.
Does the AI race announcer, still talk crap to you?
No, I've got all that turned off. I don't even listen to them. Yeah. There's a few little
Gotcha.
things on these tracks where they're going wrong direction, and I just shut the hell up. I'm sick of hearing it. So, but even these sorts of tracks, I know they've existed for years. I thought I should do these. I should run them. I should learn them. But I was so busy learning everything else about Star Citizen and having a lack of time. And shift work, every time you know, I think, oh well, I'll get on and I'll learn a track. There was an org event going on, so all right, let's drop everything. We'll go to the org event, and then I'd think, rightio, I need to get back and do a bit of track work, and then something else would happen. You know, a family thing had happened or a work thing had happened. I just found I never got on here just to sit here and do laps of tracks.
Gotcha. Well, my name's Jeremy. I live my hometown is Las Vegas in the U.S. Right now, I'm currently in Santa Monica sitting in a hotel because I work for I used to work for Delta Airlines for years, but now I work for a semi-private airline, and I'm doing training in Santa Monica, California. So I've been out here for about a month.
Getting all your flight tickets and things up to speed, and
yeah.
Well, I actually work in Melbourne here, a company called Metro Trains Melbourne, and we are, of course, the train people of Melbourne, Australia, and I am a signal maintenance technician, so anything to do with railway signalling has been my trade for 40 years, and I found my way, I don't know what happened then, I went boom.
Your adventure
Found my way from climbing signals and level crossings and all those sorts of things. I'm now the maintenance supervisor in our train control centre in the city, and basically I no longer have my hands on the technical stuff. I seem to spend all my time just in admin, just doing shift rosters and just running the depot. But yeah, that was my history, railway signalling. Loved it. Always had a good time in it. And as far as hobbies go, well, computer gaming is something, because I'm 60 basically. I'm 60 in November. Just about to retire soon. And I've always been a gamer. I've always liked computer games. And started off in the 80s with I don't know if you remember the Tandy TRS-80s, if you're...
Yep, I know the TRS-80s. I'm 52, so oh yeah.
Ah, okay, yep. Good man. So you know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, my first computer that I played on was well, before Windows, but basically, you know, DOS machine.
Yeah.
But my first computer I actually owned, it was my own. I bought for gaming, and that was an Amiga 500, Commodore Amiga 500.
I remember them. Yeah, I had an Amiga 2000. I thought I was bigger than Ben-Hur when I bought that, because all my friends had the Amiga 500, and I thought, you know, working shift work, you get a little bit of extra money for working the shift work. I'm going to buy me an Amiga 2000. So I did, and it was a bit of wow factor there for a little while, and then all of a sudden they vanished.
Yep.
And if they were still around today, I wonder where they would have been. But yeah, they were something special for their day. And,
yeah.
And I do miss them. I don't know where PCs would have gone if the Amigas had have stayed around, but I remember the Commodore 64s and the Sinclair ZX80s and
the Commodore, the predecessor to 64, the Commodore VIC-20.
the VIC-20s. Oh yes. Oh, you bring
I used
back
to play
some history now.
a word game. I think it was called Voodoo Castle. I was addicted to it.
Yeah. I remember I used to work as a part-time, as a kid at school. We'd have a part-time job Friday night, Saturday morning at a store called Dick Smith Electronics. And they sold all
Pretty
these
much out of
things.
business now, aren't they?
They're out of business, yeah, they're gone.
Yeah.
It's Lenz. How are you, buddy?
Oh yeah, I've been here for a while listening to you.
Listening to me flatline.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, I worked at Dick Smith Electronics, just 16 years old when the Sinclairs, they didn't sell the Tandy TRS-80. They had their own competitor, exactly compatible with a Tandy TRS-80, but it was called the Dick Smith System 80. And me as a 16-year-old kid, no money to buy one of these machines, but I worked with them, and they used to have something called product knowledge. And Dick, like, he's out of business now, but geez, he was a good bloke. He'd come and visit his stores. He was just a regular Joe. He'd visit his stores. He was based in Sydney. He lived in Sydney. But he'd come out and say, well, you guys have got to sell this stuff. You've got to learn about it. Take them home. And they on the weekends, you know, the store manager and said, well, you can take home this one and you can take home that one. Play with them. You got to sell them. You got to learn about them. Play with them. And we had, you know, at the time, we were the only people who had these PCs as school kids, because, you know, the mums and dads didn't understand them, so they never bothered with them, and we had them. That's where I started my computing adventures. And I always thought over time I'd end up being some sort of programmer or something like that. But no, I ended up in railway signalling, completely different from what I was thinking I'd end up doing. And yeah.
So here's one for you. My very first modem was for my Amiga 500, 1200 baud. I could type faster than it could send across.
Yes, I remember all of them. I remember we used to have, remember the bulletin board BBSs?
Yeah, that's how I got on the internet. In our local town, this guy started off with one modem, and then by the time 1995 came around and he introduced internet, he had 150 modems into his house. He had a trunk line brought in from the phone company to run them all.
Yep, exactly.
And I remember going to his house for a Christmas party, and he had all of them mounted on little mini shelves on one of his walls. The entire walls were nothing but modems, all tied into his BBS.
And I remember the same thing here in Melbourne. There was a guy who was running a bulletin board service, and because I did not understand, you know, that sort of technology at the time, just a young bloke, and I was talking to him one day, you know, how are you doing this, mate? You know, we're sitting at home with our modems hooked into the telephone line, dialing up, hearing all the beeps and buzzers and and all that sort of stuff. And he goes, yep, I've got exactly that. He had 50 phone lines coming into his house and this rack modems. And I didn't even understand what a rack modem was. I said, what's that? And he goes, oh, it's just a little shelf. And all these things are just plug-in cards. And, okay, all right, well. And they began to introduce me to all of this technology that I'm struggling to figure out what it is. And now working for Metro Trains and seeing all this enterprise class equipment that we use now for the train control systems, and it really, really spins me out to see that, I've lost my way on this track. It really does spin me out to see enterprise systems, they only support them for 5 years or so, and then they completely renew everything. So, you know, we'd keep stuff for years. And these companies, they buy all their servers and all the things that they buy, keep them for 5 years. Dell or HP would turn around and say, that's it, support contracts are over. Everything goes in the rubbish bin. So I've got a bit of a collection of enterprise servers and things like that. They're a few years old now, but part of my retirement plan is to sit here with them and just play with them in ways I've never done before. I don't really know what I'm going to be able to do with them. Maybe they'll play a game. But I've been running some Minecraft servers and just sort of mucking around at the moment. So that'll be my... Oh, there's an extreme boom by somebody coming up behind me. So yeah, that's one of my little plans. Walking dogs, going out for cuppers with the missus, visiting Lens Nation over in Perth there when Melbourne Storm are playing in the Perth Stadium.
Wow, big plans, big fella.
Yes, we are rugby people. In our household. We're not AFL. I cannot stand
premiers,
AFL.
the freer dockers.
Yeah.
I was once, so I'm not really into footy, but when I just came here, right, one of my clients gave me a jacket from what are those guys, Canberra Raiders?
Oh yeah.
Right. So he gave me one of those jumpers from them. It was like
jersey?
a wind cheater kind of a thing, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, it looks pretty cool. It was black and it had some green stripes on it. It looked pretty awesome. So I was traveling, and I was like, this is perfect to wear in transit. You know, in Changi Airport, Singapore. I'll just carry this with me. So wearing that at the Changi Airport, and there's this dude who stops me, and he's like, "No way, you're wearing that, mate."
Yes.
I was like, "What? What?" He's like, "No way, no way, you're supporting that team." I had no clue what to say to that fella. Like, I don't even know these people.
Yeah. And that's me. That's exactly me too. My whole family. There's four of us here: Michelle, myself, and the two boys. Ewan, a 24-year-old, Crump we call him, or Sugar. He is rugby mad. He wanted to play professional rugby. He trained and trained and trained, went to all the games, got looked at, but just couldn't quite crack it into a professional team. It's just so competitive. So he was devastated with the amount of effort he put into it, but he continued to play. He knows everything about everything to do with rugby. And then all of a sudden they started to say how they're creating a new team in Perth. And Michelle is out here too. They've created this team in Perth, and we thought, oh well, we'll somewhere somehow find our way from Melbourne to Perth and go and see a rugby game. And then while we're over there, we'll find Dupe and Lens and Astromedic and, sort of make a bit of a bar citizen of it.
Yeah,
and, but I'm scared to tell Echo, because Echo will put it on Bar Citizen and expect it to be an actual event, and I don't want it to be an actual event. It's too much work.
Yeah, the actual event will probably be in May, as Dupe wants to align it with the Invictus thingy. Yeah, so that will happen. I'm pretty keen on that too. Like, yeah, it's a good idea. Let's do that.
Yeah.
I have returned. Hello.
Hey.
Ooh.
Hello.
So just letting you know. Sorry, Jeremy, you were about to speak.
I was going to say, nice meeting you guys. I am falling asleep. I'm going to bed. I'll catch you guys later.
Thanks for coming in. Look, we're going to be doing lots of practice over the next few weeks. So anytime you want some company, just jump on into this channel. If we're here, we're here.
All right, sounds good. Take care,
man.
guys.
See you next time. So what happened? We were talking in the tournament chat for Atmo, and I was just thinking, oh well, if any of the Atmo people wanted to come in and chat about the event and whatever, they can find us.
Are you talking to me, or are you talking
everybody?
To
talking to everybody.
Right.
And Dexter got online, and he was saying, oh, we'll ask you to not be in the tournament chat, because people were seeing that the tournament chat become active, and they were asking questions. Is there a race on? Are we missing out? So he's come in and he's actually created a couple of public voice channels for us,
Yeah, understood. Yeah.
So that
This one is locked, but somehow I can join it. Oh, but actually I have the staff privileges here. I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
okay. Well, anyway, Dexter said, yeah, stay out of the tournament channel because he was getting pings from people saying, "What's going on? What are we missing out on? Is there a race on?" Blah, blah,
You
blah.
get in trouble. You got in trouble.
So he's asked us, don't go onto the tournament channel. Just stay away from that because people are looking at it. I'd never even considered that.
Oh, Dexter's never gonna get in trouble. You get in trouble with Dexter instead.
So
No, I've been catching up a lot of work today, man. Like so much work I missed on, and the crappiest part, one of my best shoots that I've got. Oh man, for a New Zealand company, I worked for them multiple times. Big project. It's a build of a ute. I'm supposed to shoot it 3 days, and it's the build is happening from 23rd of February to 27th of February.
Yep.
That's absolutely just like crashing in the middle of the event. Because after Sydney, we're going to Melbourne to see my cousin sister there, and oh my god, just absolute. And they're like, if we can't do it then we can only touch it on 30th of March. So I gotta negotiate with these guys now. Like, okay, can they wait? Whatever.
Yeah.
So much other work that
I just think about everything that's going on the next few months too. So many races, Crux Cup, the Atmo event. You know.
Oh, that reminds me. Italian got in touch. Well, he's been wishing best of luck for the Daymar and all that, and I've been back and forth with him. Yeah, man, best of luck and everything.
Yep.
So he's been asking, like, are you guys mounting a team for the Crux Cup? And as I'll ask Wayne, I do not know.
As far as I know, I think Stuart and I have been recruited by Iceman, and we were told, we weren't asked, I think we were told that we were in the heavy truck division of the Crux Cup.
Oh,
I've
so
just
you're
got to
listed
restart my computer. I'll be back in a second.
So so I think, because I don't remember applying for it, but I just remember seeing a notification in one of Echo's channels that Stuart and I are both flying Hull A's.
Oh, okay. So you were the SCA then?
So I'm assuming it's SCA. I'm assuming
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
the
okay.
SCA team.
Cool. I'll just tell Athelian that we won't be doing that. It's
Yeah.
all good. Yeah, I have no interest in doing any more racing.
Yeah, did
I'm
you
done
pull up? Did you pull up
this
all
year.
right the other day, Kimber? The doggy's eating me. Yeah? I think she wants a brush. And it's both been scorching hot here, and they haven't gone for a walk for a couple of days.
Yeah.
And they're looking for some attention, so I think I'll be giving them a nice brush tonight.
Cool, yes.
Yeah.
It's cool.
So yes, Len. So yeah, Crux Cup, SCA team, but there's so many other races coming up. I need a calendar, and I need to start marking things up on calendars because I'm going to lose the plot with all of the different events that are coming up. So if Ethelian wants to race, we can organise a particular race with him and create a top hanger team.
Oh no, that's okay. Don't. If it's gonna be too much for you guys, like you.
Hey mate, I'll be retired. I won't care.
No. I will tell him, and I did tell him that I have no idea because I understand. I haven't even looked at it. That the NZA calendar is huge this year.
Yeah.
And is a lot going on. So what I can tell Athelian is that hey, you go ahead and join SCA, and there will definitely be place for you.
Yep. How did he go with his team in Daymar?
They finished eventually. Yeah.
I asked Dexter. I was looking on scr.gg for the final standings, and he said next week they'll be posting them next week. So a few more days to wait.
I think he said they finished 10th or something. He's like,
that's pretty good.
Last, but he's like, we did finish. Yeah. So I think he was on my server. So Yeah, hold on. What did he say? There were so many chats happening, but yeah, but he was just asking. I was like, okay, I'll just touch base with Wayne and I'll let you know.
Yeah. I got to say, I need a rest from the Daymar tracker.
Right.
It's 2 months of it is, I won't say burned me out, but I've had enough of it.
Exactly my feelings. Yep. Don't want to do anything. Nope. I don't want to do any more racing at this stage. So much work to catch up.
Yeah.
And I gotta still prep for the PvP competition. I don't know how much time I can dedicate to that.
You just do the best you can, mate. That's all
Yeah.
I'm doing. I've been talking to myself as I've been doing laps of these tracks, and I've got strategies in my mind that have got nothing to do with being the best or the fastest or anything like that. So things like Snake Pit, I'm going to be slow, absolutely slow. But you don't crash, you just keep going, you let everybody else crash. I think that's... But then there's Rickard Memorial Raceway, and I am struggling with that one. I don't know why. It's just not... It's not sitting well in my head. I'm not predicting the corners very well, and all I can hope to do there is not crash myself in that, and I'll be just going slow. I can't see in any way that I'm going to get any world record breaking times, and in fact I'll probably just be a nuisance on the track. And then Summer's just taken me around your super secret star in a Aurora MR track, and I've never done it before, but that one did gel with me a little bit.
It's very wide and open. Yeah, you can work on it. That's why we picked that track, because it's not that hard. You know, you can just. It's quite forgiving. Let's say that.
Yes, that's the word. Yes, there was just that the crossbar across the gate caught me, and other than
yeah, the second last turn is quite tough. You have to left and up. Yeah, and there's a very small hitbox on the the last checkpoint before you finish the lap. But if you find it, you can actually have a lot. Yeah. I mean, that's forgiving, but still you can make up a lot of time on that.
Yeah. So
when you get a chance, boy, I want to join the game, but I can't.
No, what's it say?
It says lobby error, not taking new players.
So match is ending in 3 seconds. Lap 1 minute 34 seconds, and I'm about to hit a rock and go boom. No, I didn't. All right. Got his girls right. You are. So I'm up for a few more laps, and then I'm going to run away and spend some dog time, because these poor buggers need some attention.
Yeah, I need to finish a video for a client today as well. I'm working. And then Renee was like,
go save something. Come on, you can't have that. Come on, hand it over. Hamish's socks. Nah, look. You can't eat the socks.
It's not a single sock, is it?
It is.
As long as
it's not a Warhammer model. She's getting bored. She hasn't been for a walk in 2 days. Have you? Look, I might have to run away.
I'm gonna edit the video, finish that, make some money.
You go make money for the family. I'm going to give these two some attention before they start destroying.
Well, I'm going to do laps.
And you'll be on your own, Bloater Boy.
Blah, blah. Goodbye.
All right, I'm going to turn off my stream. And,
you were not streaming.
I've been streaming so that CyberFox can have a look.
I didn't see your stream at all.
Wayne DC 549 on YouTube.
Oh, YouTube. Okay.
I'm on YouTube, yeah.
Okay.
On Twitch, if you're looking for it on Twitch, I haven't put it on Twitch, but you can find it Manfall Down, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So, all right, everyone. Well,
all right, see ya.
I might be on in another hour or so, but probably not, since I got to go to work tomorrow, and I hate that. So, I will
Ah.
see yous all
See you all.
in,
All right.
in a day.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye to everyone watching or not watching the stream. We'll be back tomorrow.